guys, welcome to How to Hack by Miraki Therapy Center. Here we are going to talk about a bunch of different mental health related topics and how to hack them. Hi, this is Ruchita Bhole, and every week we are going to dive into some really fun, casual, and insightful conversations with our super amazing team of therapists. Today we have with us Surabhi Anish, who is a psychologist and a psychotherapist at Miraki Therapy Center. Surabhi also runs an Instagram page called Kavarsa, which mainly talks about a lot of mental health stuff in Marathi language. Hi Surabhi.
Hi Ruchita.
So I have a question for you. Firstly, before we dive into today's episode, what is Kavarsa? What does Kavarsa mean?
Kavarsa means ray in darkness, like a ray of light in darkness, which travels through a lot of obstacles to reach to us.
Oh,
Right. So that is called Kavarsa. That is the meaning of Kavarsa. So right now in India we have lot of stigma associated with mental health. So because of that stigma and also because of the lack of information, mental health in general is struggling in a kind of darkness, right? And so if we bring information in simple language, in relatable language, basically in local language to people who want to know about mental health, then it will be easier for them to understand where to go if they need some help. And that is why Kavarsa, it's a ray of light in the form of information to clear a darkness that it has, that
we are
mental health field
kind
has
of heading into.
Yes.
That's such a beautiful thing. It's so thoughtful and really, really deep.
Thank you.
Welcome. So let's come back to our podcast and topic, which
Yes.
is festive blues. As we are approaching towards the festive season, this is a very new thing for me. Festive blues. I want to break down the word for myself because festive means fun times and blues is feeling down. So how does that go together?
Basically, so your observation is right. Festive means celebration, having fun, excitement, happiness, and blues means feeling down. So, with this observation, if we go ahead, festive blues means feeling little low uh, during festival days, or during holidays, basically. So the other name of festive blues is also holiday blues. When we experience festive blues, it's more like experiencing big negative emotions during festivals, or sometimes after the festivals also, uh, because of the expectations that people set for themselves or others. Usually, for example, now that Diwali is coming up, right? So all of us are excited to do some shopping, and we are looking forward to have good food. Yes, good food.
That's the most important one.
Yeah. And 2 or 3 days that we are going to spend, maybe we are going to spend with our families or and friends, new clothes.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
everything is going to be fresh, new. At least that is what we are expecting. And so we expect ourselves to be happy about it. We expect others to be happy about Diwali, to be very excited about Diwali. We need to have that feeling, oh, Diwali is coming. आज इस बार तो कुछ मजा करना ही है दिवाली में, जैसे पिछले साल किया था. So we also have that kind of measuring rod for excitement and happiness. But not all of us would feel happiness, excitement, and joy for various reasons. Some of us may feel lonely because we may or may not be able to meet friends and family, or we are so occupied or we are stuck somewhere, so we are not able to uh, do what we want to do, and so we are left alone. Or some of us might be experiencing grief, especially.
I personally am experiencing grief.
Right.
And I'm supposed to celebrate, but I don't feel like.
Exactly. So this grief makes things little difficult for us, right? When
Yeah.
it is festival, it brings back a lot of memories
Memories.
also.
That can be
We
painful.
Yeah, that which can be painful, and that also brings intense sadness. And we are expecting to behave in certain way, we are expecting others to behave in certain way, and if we are not doing that, we are not matching those expectations, then we also experience irritability.
Yeah.
So there are so many other emotions that we are experiencing apart from happiness and joy and
And
excitement.
it is not necessary that if you are going through, if I mean, the entire family is going through a bad time, and one person might be extremely affected by it, but the other person might be out of the grief, and
Hmm.
that person wants to enjoy, and he
Right.
also expecting the other person कि अरे फैमिली है, सबको एंजॉय करना है, इस
Correct.
साल करते, लास्ट टाइम नहीं कर सकते, लेट्स मेक न्यू मेमोरीज. इट्स नॉट दे आर नॉट सैड, बट they are kind of out of it, and it gets harder for us also to that's then another guilt.
Exactly. So now you have one more emotion to
Yeah.
deal with. It's guilt, right? So all these emotions and the associated stress makes us feel little low. Okay.
Okay.
And that is how festive blues look like. Holiday blues look like, right?
Okay.
You also, with these emotions come various other changes, like we may not feel like going out meeting people, we may feel you might also experience changes in your appetite कि मन नहीं कर रहा है भाई खाने का, इतना अच्छा खाना है,
And that's
a
something I
variety of.
love, but or
No,
this
I
is the
don't feel.
season, this is the only season you get to eat certain kind of dishes.
Yeah, and that too without thinking about your diet and everything.
Yeah.
But I just don't feel like eating.
And
Or
then again वो भी एक guilt आता है कि the other person might have made this thing specifically for us, and now we are saying कि नहीं खाना
नहीं,
है, और
हाँ, तो फिर वो जबरदस्ती से खाना
हाँ
भी पड़ता
जबरदस्ती.
है.
So that is another emotion.
Exactly. So you see, you're experiencing negative emotions. You are seeing that you might be eating a lot, or you are not feeling like eating. There are changes in your sleep routine. It can be because of various reasons like stress and lot of work that you need to finish before the celebration. So these are the basic. You may feel little low on your energy. So all of these things come together in festive blues or holiday blues.
Okay, but then that means that not just like specific person, but a lot of us go through this emotion.
Yes, yes. Festive blues is something which
But we just don't
most of us
call it festive blues.
festive, yeah.
Most of us actually are going through it in some way or the other.
True, true. Most of us, because see, these negative emotions that we are experiencing, they are not just they are not just for one specific person, right?
Agreed.
All of us experience these emotions. All of us have festivals as part of our respective cultures, and all of us have certain traditions, rules set to celebrate those
Yeah.
festivals. So obviously
Even a happy
we
person
are.
can go through this festive blues. If, for example, if somebody just got married, every year that girl celebrates this festival with her own family. This year she has that excitement and happiness that she is doing it with her husband.
For the
But
first
yeah, for
time.
the first time. But yeah, a part of her is always at her home. कि
Yeah.
यार what might my mama doing right now? वो ऐसे कर रही होगी, ऐसा हुआ होगा क्या, बहुत शुगर खाया होगा डैड ने. तो that might also be a happiness में भी थोड़ा सा है एक festive blue kind of.
True, true. In Maharashtrian culture, all the festivals that happen during the first year after marriage, we celebrate it in a specific way. So first Diwali, first Ganpati, first Holi, first Gudi
पहिला
Padwa,
सण.
Pahila San. Pahila San is very important.
Very important.
I guess this tradition has developed over the centuries for this very specific reason, I guess, which you mentioned right now, that the girl now is in a new home environment. She's trying to adjust in that environment, and she's still missing her family.
She's
And to
trying
cope,
to place herself somewhere.
right, and so she must be experiencing some sadness, some loneliness, some sort of low mood because she's missing her home and her family. So that this is how I guess we are in Maharashtrian setup. Also, we are trying to address festive blues.
So festive
Right.
blues is a everybody
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but as you mentioned earlier, we don't call it festive blues.
Festive blues.
We just do things
We just say
without.
कि होता है, चलो.
We will figure out.
हाँ, चलो फटाके फोड़ते हैं. This is the basic thing everybody does
Right,
it.
right.
कि let's dive. So, how to really hack festive blues?
How to hack.
The title of this podcast.
Title of this podcast. So the first hack with festive blues is we need to identify that we are experiencing festive blues and accept them as it is. Okay, we have been talking about this things for past few minutes, that all of us experience festive blues, but we don't call our experiences, or we don't
exactly.
label our experiences as festive blues. So let's be aware that okay, this is happening with me, and then accept it. This acceptance itself will help us cope with festive blues a lot, because then we won't feel added guilt or added pressure or stress, which cultural or societal expectations bring with them. That we have to do these things, we are supposed to feel this way. All these things do bring lot of
Guilt. I feel guilt
right.
too much.
Yeah,
Too much of guilt is.
it brings lot of pressure, it brings lot of stress. So if we are not feeling it, if we are not feeling the way we are expected to feel, it is okay, because all of us have our own individual struggles, and all of us have our own unique ways to express what we are feeling and how we are feeling. So let's accept all those emotions, all those things that are going on in our mind during the festival. So that would be the very first hack to go ahead with festive blues.
Okay.
And like you said, the guilt, it brings guilt of not doing certain things, or not feeling in certain way, or not matching those set expectations. It brings guilt. That is where the second hack comes into the picture. Okay, we need to be assertive, we need to say no to certain things, and that no should be guilt free no. Okay,
This is the hardest one.
yeah, this is this is the hardest
Most
one. Because we are not very we are not used to maintaining our boundaries,
And
right?
festival is the only time that I don't need boundaries at that time.
And these boundaries are not just at emotional level. Okay, it is also about your finances, it is also about your time, it is also about your availability. There are so many things. So for example, now Diwali is coming up, so I have to buy a few things for my house, then I have to buy gifts for my family, friends, relatives. I have to do shopping for myself, so that I'll be presentable in social gatherings or family get-togethers, or when I'm going out meeting my friends. And then I have ghar ka kharcha also, and EMI or rent to pay.
So
for
basically,
the
we are
house.
just doing everything we are obligated to do or expected to do.
Yeah, and
Forgetting
that is
what to do for ourselves.
not
That what
just
I want.
yeah. So this is one part, that we are doing what we are expected to do is one thing for friends, family, and the other part is what we are not doing what we are supposed to do for ourselves. That is more at emotional level. But if we look at the logistical part of this whole process, it is a financial stretch, right?
Yes.
Or it is we are stretching our schedules to fit all these things
All
into.
these,
So already we are having our usual work going on professional front, or in at our home. We are managing everything, and on the top of it we are preparing for festivals. We are doing shopping, we are cooking, we are doing things. So this is a lot of stress, right? It's not something which is just ऐसे ही जाते जाते कर दिया. It's not like
हाँ.
that. You need planning, you need proper execution of that planning. So here comes the point where we need to understand what we want to do first, what we can do second, and then how we are going to do this. With this clarity, we will be, I guess, more equipped to say no.
Okay. And be realistic.
Be realistic. Yes, be realistic.
Because we have a lot of unrealistic expectations.
Expectations. ये भी
And
करती हूँ, वो भी
हाँ,
करती हूँ.
कर ही
It's
लेती हूँ,
a
इतना
lot.
तो कर ही ले रही हूँ, तो दूसरा भी कर हो जाएगा.
हाँ, हो
कैसे ना
जाएगा.
हो जाएगा. This हो
अब
जाएगा
और
approach.
या फिर इतना कर ही रही हूँ ना, तो ये छोटा सा और एक ऐड कर देती हूँ.
Addition है.
It
Kind
should not be like that. And
And you
also,
know within like अंदर से पता है खुद को कि this is not possible.
हाँ, this is
But
not
still you have to challenge yourself and then also face that disappointment. So that is
Correct.
another emotion we are adding it to ourselves.
right, right. And so our first hack: please accept what it is. Please accept your emotions.
Instead of thinking what it should be.
Yeah,
Dream,
you are-
but dream realistically.
you should not feel disappointed, right? That is why it is guilt-free no.
Huh. It's called guilt-free no.
So yeah, so that would be our third hack.
Okay.
Be realistic.
Okay. And also not stick to the idea of perfection.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is basically very important for us to accept our emotions and also not chase the idea of that picture perfect celebration
Yes.
that we see at
Mm.
certain places.
Yes. Certain places. Do you want to give an example, Ruchita?
Which we see on Instagram. A 30-second reel,
Right.
basically.
Right. So now that the topic of social media has come up, we do see a lot of happy reels on Instagram.
Yeah.
So now that the topic of social media has come up, let's talk about it.
Okay,
So
so we will.
in during festivals, you see a lot of happy reels coming up on Instagram, or otherwise also on you have different kind of vlogs on YouTube, and we have stories on Instagram, statuses on WhatsApp, and we see those pictures, and we may think that, look, she's looking so happy, and क्या तामझाम है भाई दिवाली का.
The reel, actually, to be specific, reel.
Reels,
Because
yes.
vlogs are at least thoda longer
Long.
and you see even
Little
5
bit of
minute क्यों
preparation
होना,
also
हाँ,
there.
a bit of reality. But
Yeah.
in the reels, 30 seconds में you see this beautiful setup and you're like, so pretty, I have to do it घर पे. And once you start doing it, it messes up with your mood and everything.
True. So this comparison that, okay, she's able to do. Now if I see, for example, your Instagram story this Diwali, okay, you're all decked up and having fun with your friends and family, and I'm seeing your Instagram story and I'm thinking, look, she's doing so many things, and I'm sitting here at home doing nothing. I don't have friends, my family is far away, I'm working continuously. This comparison is very we are not very aware of this comparison, but it is happening, right? And then I will experience feeling of loneliness, a little bit of sadness. I'll miss everything, like my home, my family, ghar ka khana. what I am here not understanding as a person, that okay, Ruchita is putting up few things on Instagram and she's looking very happy in those pictures, but there is a story which she's
Not
story
telling.
behind those pictures which she's not sharing with me. She might be having her own struggles. She might be having her own stress and grief to deal with. I'm not being
Absolutely.
aware of that. So what I'm seeing in
Is a
those,
happy moment of my
yeah, and
life
that too in specifically in those 30 seconds, and I'm comparing my whole story
to
with
my story.
that. So it is going to be difficult for me to cope, right?
And
And
at
that,
that point, even if you're going through a very small emotion, like just feeling down or low or tired, it might trans translate or transition to another
you will spiral
emotion.
down,
Yeah,
right? A very basic thought that I'm alone here will take you on a
on a journey
on
of
that journey
emotions.
of exploring your emotions, and you will go down down down, and you will come to the point where you are saying, okay, I'm alone forever, I'm going to be lonely forever.
And you,
So
if within seconds, you will be in a very negative mode zone
yeah,
completely.
yeah. So
And you
that,
might start hating me also for that matter.
yeah,
Sometimes
that is.
इतना मतलब ये इसका कितना ही होता है, kind of that emotion will
So
also
now
come out.
we are having a kind of jealousy here into the picture, right? A
Exactly.
new, brand new emotion
Emotion.
then, which is not usually spoken about. So now we are at a point where we are saying that if we want to cope with festive blues, let's not compare our stories with other stories, or let's not uh, you know try to be perfect. It is okay, don't chase that idea of, what is idea of perfectionism or perfect celebration which is portrayed on social
Social
media or
media.
otherwise. Just be yourself, right?
Just be present in your own
Yes,
moment, surrounding your house, people, and all that.
right, right.
Okay. So that's also one of our hacks to
Yes,
being present in your own body and
and your
environment.
environment, without comparing, without seeing where I'm lagging and what are the things that I don't have in comparison to
Basically, stop
others.
thinking too much. That's also one emotion.
uh Maybe, but thinking is something which comes very naturally
Naturally to
to,
us.
it's a part of being a human, right?
Yeah.
So that's okay, but then what you are thinking about makes a lot of difference.
Difference.
And that's where our, if we go back a bit, that's where our hack, which we discussed earlier, comes into the picture. Be realistic. Be Think. If you want to think, then think what you really want to do, what you can do in a given span of
Time.
time, and with the given amount of resources, right? So you see, all the hacks
All
are
the hacks.
technically,
Yeah.
if you look at a bigger picture, all the hacks are interconnected.
Yeah. Exactly. I was about to say
Yeah.
that. Okay. So I have another question for you,
Mm-hmm.
which is so many a times I personally have faced this, that I have had a lot of fun in my like during my Diwali days and all that. But then the holidays are over. The
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
छुट्टी खत्म हो गए. Then you get into this out of happiness. You come back home. Within that 10 minutes ka drive, I am sad. I
Yeah.
am. I mean, I won't say sad like sad like रोना ही आ रहा है kind of. But I can't really express that properly.
I get you. I get you. But then
But
it's
that
like
also,
now
does that come in festive blues?
it is. It is because, see, now you're all, you're all happy. You're relaxing for few days during your holidays. You met your friends, you met your families, you did not think about your work. And now, like, now in 10 minutes, just like you mentioned, now those 10 minutes in in your car, they are very difficult, because in those 10 minutes you are also thinking that oh कल से काम जाना है वापस और नहीं जाना है
नहीं जाना
मुझे,
है, exactly.
नहीं जाना है.
Can't we skip this part of my life and let's go to another Diwali?
Yeah, no, none of us would would like to go back to the grind, right?
Yeah.
So when we are transiting from festive mood to work mood, you are going to feel this little bit of sadness and a feeling that I don't want to do this, or I don't want to go there. So expect that this transition will bring some kind of uh, low mood or adjustment issues, like difficulty to adjust in your work routine for first 2 to 3 days. Okay, so those 2 to 3 days, you are talking about 10 minutes. I am telling you that next 2 to 3 days are going to be difficult, because you will
ये तो definitely are.
be thinking about what you have done. You will be telling your stories
कि पता है ये हुआ,
वो हुआ, and this is what we did, and so it's few things that you did not like. Yeah, you will also narrate those things to your
things. So we'll
colleagues
go
and
through that emotions once again.
and then you are going to miss that.
Yeah.
So those first 2 to 3 days are going to be difficult, and again, it is okay if those 2 3 days are not going really well or very smoothly. It's okay. You just make sure that you are taking breaks in between, like you're in your work, you're taking care of your meals, you're taking care of your physical fitness, mental well-being, you're taking care of your sleep, you're taking care of you're going out for walk or something. Give yourself that time to
Transition.
to transit from one mood to another mood. It's okay, you can do that.
So again, it's okay to feel even those emotions.
Yes.
So
And
the same hacks that we applied during festive blues, we have to also apply when the festival is over also.
yes, just be little kind and compassionate towards
yourself.
yourself.
Right.
So that will help a lot to cope with that transition.
And it'll make it a healthy time.
Yes,
And
healthy,
make your
healthy.
Mental health also healthy and a little stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to highlight all the things and all the hacks that you have discussed, that we have discussed, and we have went in all the directions while
Yes,
talking.
yes.
So let our listeners might also be thoda here and there, all over the place. So let's go back to our hacks once more.
Sure.
So the first hack that we discussed is we need to acknowledge, embrace, and accept our emotions. Second, not chasing the idea to be perfect and that perfect celebration. And don't go crazy on social media.
Yes. And the third thing is be realistic.
Exactly.
Okay. What you can set your priorities, ask yourself what you want to do, what you can do, and then move ahead accordingly. And while moving ahead, the fourth hack comes into the picture, that please say no to things, be assertive, say no to things which you can't accommodate in the given time span and available resources. It's okay to say no.
A guilt-free no.
A guilt-free no. Yes.
So, and later on, take some time for yourself.
True.
To like come out of those emotions also.
Yes. So that would be the that would come towards the end of festive celebration, and when you're moving a bit towards your work
life or your like
life.
basic self.
Yes, but Ruchita, I also believe that we need to take care of our mental health and physical health, and spend some me time, and be little slow and be little kind and compassionate towards ourselves. But this whole thing is not just limited to that transition.
Yeah.
You have to do it
On a
from the
daily
beginning,
basis.
on a daily basis, and also from the beginning of the preparation for any festive celebration, because the first thing that we ignore is our mental and physical
Physical
health
health.
when we are
Just
preparing
don't go
for.
crazy, basically. Don't go crazy.
Yeah,
So,
just have some, draw some boundaries for yourself,
yeah,
right? Let's be very respectful towards ourselves
ourselves,
and also towards
everybody
others.
around us.
Yes.
Right. Also, I want to know another thing, that is, if somebody closer to ourselves is going to or going through festive blues, then what are we supposed to do?
That is an important question, because most of us are not aware about festive blues. We tend to be little ignorant towards how others are feeling, right?
Yeah.
And in that case, we may go and say something like, अरे रोता क्या बैठता है, चल उठ, दिवाली है, कुछ जाके मजा करके आते हैं.
Yeah.
That person may not be in that
mood,
zone,
like,
in that mood,
and
right?
ना चाहते हुए भी we get a थोड़ा सा insensitive, like
हाँ,
not to ourselves,
but
खुद से we are like, अरे इतना ही तो बोला, इतना क्यों दिल पे लिया है,
हाँ,
kind of, but it
but
is
that
not the
person
reality
may
for that
feel,
person.
right, that their reality is totally different from our reality. So we need to be sensitive, we need to have that empathy, we need to understand that okay, they are not feeling like doing certain things, and that is okay. Right? If they are saying that I'm not comfortable uh, to come with you, or I'm feeling little low right now, so I don't want to join you for get together, you can
Respect
encourage
it.
that person ki, please come, it will be very good if you join us, we'll be very happy. But then don't push that person
And emotional
say,
blackmail.
yeah,
The perfect word you use, encourage. There's a difference between encouraging or like trying to convince and emotional blackmail. कि मैं तो
yeah,
आती हूँ ना तेरे साथ, उस दिन तो मैं कितनी सैड थी, फिर भी आई केम विथ यू, आई वाज सो टायर्ड, आई वाज विथ यू,
so
आज तू आ मेरे लिए. So
right,
that already the person is going down, and उसमें the another guilt comes in.
exactly. So that this is something which we need to avoid. Okay, be sensitive, show some empathy to that person, understand what they're going through, right? So that is one thing that we have to do when we are helping, we if we want to help someone to cope with festive blues. Second thing that we can do is we need to respect their boundaries. We need to, if they are not comfortable doing certain things, it is okay.
Just take their
Just
word for
let
it,
them,
and
let them be in their world, in their zone. It is okay. ठीक है, you be there for them, but don't push them in a direction uh, which is making them feel too uncomfortable. Okay,
okay.
if you want to help them and be there for them, don't offer the kind of help that you can give them. Ask them what
They
kind of
want.
help they want, right? And then be there for them.
That will be easier for you as well as the other person also,
Correct.
because that person is already going through a sea ocean of emotions,
Yeah.
and
So
we shouldn't.
if we push them in specific direction, or we बोला मैं आ रही हूँ ना तुम्हें बुलाने के लिए, you are not coming, so that is your problem.
Exactly.
But has that person asked me to come and invite her
No, if
for
the
the
person even says,
celebration?
but I did not ask you ना, तो मैं फिर भी आई. Like, see, मैं कितनी बड़ी हूँ.
हाँ.
Stop doing this. मैं कितनी बड़ी हूँ, मैं कितनी छोटी हूँ, kind of.
So be sensitive, respect their boundaries, ask them what kind of help they want, and offer that help. Be there for them. so that it will be easier for them to cope with whatever they are going through. Do not invalidate their emotions.
Emotions.
अरे
Be
दिवाली में
kind.
कौन सैड फील करता है भाई?
Oh my
Why
God.
are you getting so irritated? Look, atmosphere is so happy and everyone is celebrating and enjoying, and you're getting irritated here with sounds of crackers and the crowded places and whatnot.
What not? Exactly.
Please don't invalidate what they are feeling. It is okay that sometimes loud
Things can
sounds,
hurt people or
yeah,
like
and
can cause headaches.
yeah, and loud sounds can be difficult to deal with. They do. Research also says that some loud sound does affect our emotional functioning at times. So
Okay.
they have
This is a
their
new
own.
thing.
These are the real reasons for them. So please do not invalidate how they are feeling or how they are supposed to, don't emphasize on how they are supposed to feel.
And also, just because you are not feeling it or you do not know about that feeling, don't be like, ऐसा कुछ होता है क्या?
True,
Like,
true.
I have heard this a lot of times. असं काय असतं का in Marathi? So I've heard this.
A lot. Yeah.
This specific tone.
So
And from people of all ages, not just like the olders, but even the youngers also have said this.
yeah. So we need to
Just
please
be very, very extremely kind as much as you can or more than you can.
yeah, it's just you have वो मराठी में कहते हैं ना जगा आणि जगू द्या.
Live and let live.
Yes. So that is something which we really have to practice. Right?
Agreed. Okay, so I guess this brings us to the end of this episode.
Technically, yes, but I would like to add one more thing here, if it is
Sure,
okay.
the more the merrier. More
Okay.
information is always welcome.
So, Ruchita, we have been talking about festive blues and feeling various emotions and not just happiness. And those emotions are big emotions like sadness, grief, loneliness, irritability, and things like that. So, if we are feeling such emotions for a longer duration, okay, then we need to understand that, okay, this is a point where I need to seek help, because festive blues come with festivals and they go with festivals. But if they are staying with you, then those are not festive blues. That is something which we need to be concerned about, right? And address it. So it can be a starting point for some mental health concern, or there is a mental health condition underlying and we were not aware of it. So it is better to seek help, seek professional opinion in this case, so that it will be easier for all of us to cope with that experience in a better, healthier manner. Right? Okay. So that was a small little thing that I wanted to add before we conclude. And now today's I want to session.
Add, also when we go through the same emotion, we should again accept it, acknowledge it. That you are going through it, and like not just have a thought कि नहीं हो जाएगा. Abhi, it was just festive blues.
Correct.
But moving on, you should, if you feel it, just address it.
At right time, earlier the better. So
yeah,
that brings us.
That finally brings us to the
end of this episode,
because we can keep talking about it.
Yes.
So I guess it finally brings us to the end of today's episode. I hope our listeners enjoyed listening to this episode as much as we enjoyed recording this one.
Yes,
and this was so talkative. I feel like this is going to be a very long.
I understand. it might be so, but I really enjoyed talking to you.
And this is a very unheard topic.
Yes.
But at the same time, it needs to be talked about.
Yeah, and it is also very heavy
very
topic.
heavy, and we tried to make it as light and as
Yeah, but this is
casual.
definitely serious
Of
topic,
course.
but it was really fun talking to you, Ruchita. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. I really hope everybody liked it. And also, if you haven't heard our previous episodes, then please do listen to them. And if you like it, rate them. And if you love it, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.